Hello, everybody. Welcome to a brand new week on House of Games. Lovely to have you here. I'm Richard Osman. All week, four famous faces will be battling it out for this trophy right here in the 5 minutes before we came on air. We're having a right old gossip as well. Our players this week are Chris Hughes. Thank you. Toyah Willcox. Inel Tomlinson. And Debra Stephenson. Welcome one, welcome all. Chris, from Love Island to the face of ITV racing, and now a quizzer. How are you feeling about this week?
Yeah, a bit nervous, but do you know what? It's not kind of in your day-to-day regime, but I love the show, which is great.
The show loves you.
Thank you very much.
Let's see if you say the same thing by Friday.
I know. I think I'll be absolutely dead on my bum by Friday.
Yeah.
But do you know, I'm going to give it my best shot. Obviously, three very intelligent faces.
Oh, well, listen.
Faces, brain.
Faces, but not the brain, unfortunately, yeah.
Let's find out.
Yes.
I should point out Chris has just got back from Vegas.
Yeah, struggling a little bit.
Let's see how that plays out across the week. Toyah Willcox, so wonderful to have you here. Toyah, do you remember the first concert you ever went to?
It was either Black Sabbath or Mark Bolan. I used to break into concerts. I was 11.
Go on, Toyah.
Well, back then, there was such innocence. I would ask someone to go and open the fire exit and I'd be straight in.
Wow.
So I was 11 watching Ozzy Osbourne doing Paranoid.
Wow.
Yes.
First concert I ever went to, I was 11, 1982, Brighton Centre, Toyah Willcox.
Oh, that is so moving.
Yeah, how about that?
Did you have a nice time?
I had an amazing time. My mum wore earplugs. We had a lovely time today. So I'm excited Toyah's on. Inel was excited because he's such a huge fan of Brum.
Yeah.
So that shows our different generations, I know.
Well, I know she's a fantastic singer as well, but I just grew up with the Brum in it.
Yeah, come on. Now, I know at the end of the week, someone's winning this trophy right here, but there are also daily prizes.
OK.
Would you like to take a look at today's
Yes,
prizes?
please.
You can take home any of these.
Ooh.
There are
look at those
the sliders.
lip
Yeah, I
rolls.
know, yeah.
There's the toolbox, the chopping board, the pasta maker, and the creepy gloves. Which of those do you fancy, Inel?
Oh, I'm going to go for the sliders, Rich, yeah.
The sliders.
Yeah, I'm going to walk around my house and see your face when I look down.
Someone had to tell me the other day what they were. I said, what are they, espadrilles? Sliders, there you go. Debra Stephenson.
Hello.
Wonderful to have you here. Just out of interest, which of these would you like?
I think I'd have to go for the pasta maker. I've always
Pasta
wanted
maker.
to have a go at that.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Listen, if you win today, you'll have that opportunity. How is your quizzing? Excellent. That's a perfect answer. Toyah and Chris, what prize do you fancy?
I want those gloves.
Really?
I would just feel so mean at the wheel on the M6 when I'm sitting in traffic for 10 hours on a Friday.
Are they driving gloves?
Those are driving
yeah, yeah.
gloves.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what? I quite like the chopping board, actually.
Really?
So when people come round my house and I'm cooking, I like to say, yeah, I did that shit.
Yeah, look at it's the prize that says the most I won.
Exactly.
Listen, every time I press this buzzer, a new round will come up. I never know what it's going to be. You never know what it's going to be. Shall we play our first game?
Yes. Absolutely.
Let's go. First day of this week's House of Games. It is rhyme time. Fingers on buzzers, please. Everybody, I will ask you two questions. The answers rhyme with each other. Sometimes when I look down a line on a Monday, I can work out who's going to win. I can work out roughly what the story of the week might be. I have not a clue.
I'll take that as a compliment.
It is. Listen, it's meant as a compliment.
OK.
I do not have the first clue. Here are your first two questions. Genre of dance music popularised by acts such as Donna Summer, and Californian city known for its Golden Gate Bridge. That is Debra.
Disco San Francisco.
Disco San Francisco. Well played, Debra. First point of the week. Absolutely right. Next two. Kate Bush hit that topped the UK singles chart in 2022, and nursery rhyme duo who went to fetch a pail of water. Toyah.
Running up that hill, Jack and Jill.
Running up that hill, Jack and Jill. Well played, Toyah. Nicely done. Next two questions. What are these? And what are these? Yes, Debra.
Crabs kebabs.
Crabs kebabs? That's such a terrible name for a shop. Welcome to Crabs kebabs. Another point for Debra.
It's in
Next two.
SpongeBob, isn't it?
Breaking Bad prequel, first broadcast in 2015. And what is the title of this song?
I put you high up in the sky, and now you're not coming down.
Oh, Deborah's going for it.
I'll have a go. Because I think I know the first part, which is Better Call Saul. I want it all.
Better Call Saul, I Want It All? It's incorrect. Oh, see, Chris knew the second bit, but not the first bit. Chris?
I forgot what you said for the first bit. Better Call Saul and Wrecking Ball.
Better Call Saul and Wrecking Ball. Well played. Stealing a point there, Chris. Nicely done.
I still nearly forgot it.
Would have been good if we were partners there.
Yeah, exactly. Well played, Chris. Point for you. Next two. Any number that can be divided only by 1 and itself. An herb that follows parsley, sage, rosemary, and in the title of a Simon & Garfunkel album. Yes, that is Deborah.
9 time.
9 time.
I don't think that's right.
Incorrect, I'm afraid.
No, my maths let me down.
Yes, Toyah.
11 time?
11 time is incorrect, I'm afraid. Chris.
Prime and time.
Prime time is what we were looking for, a prime number and time.
Oh, this is great.
Let's take a look at our next two, shall we? Who is this? An 1953 animated film set in Neverland. Yes, I know.
Gemma Chan, Peter Pan?
Gemma Chan, Peter Pan.
Nice.
Everybody's off the mark. Well played, Inel. Nicely done. Final question in this round. What is this? And what is the title of this song?
Never say hello to you until you get it on the red light. Hello, hello. You never know what you can do until you give.
Inel.
Saxophone, Danger Zone.
Saxophone, Danger Zone, Inel. Absolutely right. Well done. Any logins? That is the end of our first round, and I am still none the wiser as to who is going to win. I think it's going to be... I think it's going to be close, though, because take a look at our first leaderboard of the week. Toyah has 1. Everybody else, 2 points each. How about
How
that?
did I fall behind?
I didn't think that was the case.
You
I'm very happy with that.
You finished strongly, Inel. You finished strongly. Shall we play our first pairs game of the week?
Yes, please.
Yes, fun, wouldn't it? Our first pairs game is going to be distinctly average. Toyah, you find yourself with the honour of choosing a partner today. Who would you like to play with?
Deborah, please.
Play with Deborah. So Deborah and Chris, if you will swap places, please. Deborah and Toyah are a team. Chris and Inel are
Proper
a team.
stare off.
Oh, come on in, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
These are two good teams, I think. If you'll all take your tablets out, please. I'm going to ask you a series of questions. Write down a number as your answer. I'll take the average of the answers for each pair. First thing I want you to write down is an answer to this. What was the total number of corners taken in Premier League matches during the 2021-22 football season?
Every match put together?
Yeah,
Every Premier League match.
put together.
Games.
Every corner in every match. What do you think at home on this one? It's a really, really tricky one. I don't know where you start with the maths. Deborah, where did you start?
I just gave a wild guess.
Is that 219?
219. I think possibly it's more, if anything.
I think it might be more, if anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably quite a lot more.
I think it might be a few more. But listen, maybe Toyah's gone a lot more.
No, I'm 190.
190. Your average is 204.5. Inel, what are you saying?
Tried to go for like an average of like 2 corners a game, I guess. But I've gone for like 70.
This is every single game played by every single club.
I reckon if I keep it low and Chris goes high, our average is going to be nice.
Oh, I think it's going to have to go really high.
Right,
Chris, what are you saying?
you're going to appreciate this,
Yes.
but I've got the maths wrong. So I had 38 written down,
Yeah.
like times 20, because I was thinking there's 22s, but it's only by 10.
You're going to be closer.
So if I had times it, there's going to be about an average of like 9, 10 corners a game.
Yeah.
But I times it by 20 and not 10, so it's probably half of that. So I put 760, it's probably around 3,800.
So you're saying 7,600.
600.
The good news is that Inel's brought you down to almost exactly half of that with
There you go, bro. See?
Yeah,
with his answer.
yeah, which is, see what, that's kind of what we were
That's
doing.
teamwork.
Yeah.
It was
So
it was
your
the plan.
average, gents,
It was the plan.
is 3,835. So we've got 200 odd, we've got 4,000 odd. What have you got at home on this one? Let's find out, shall we? How many corners were there and which team has won the point? 3.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying, Chris?
That's pretty close, isn't it?
That's really close.
3,953. Let's do another one, shall we?
Fair play, fair play.
How many pet dogs are there in the UK? That's according to the PDSA. This is their estimate. They would know, I think.
We got about 10 in our family.
Have you?
Gosh.
Yeah.
And multiply that by every single family.
Yeah, we got a lot of different ones.
What do you reckon at home? Inel, what answer have you written?
See, I'm not a fan of dogs, Rich.
No.
No. So I was trying to figure out how many people are like me out there. I reckon there's about 1 million people like me that don't really like dogs. So I reckon there's about 1 million dogs out there. There's
That's
logic in it.
incredible.
I mean, Chris is incredible.
No, incredible way of working it out. I'm not sure about the answer.
I think the word you're looking for is barely credible.
Yeah, barely credible.
Chris, you up or down from 1 million?
I went for 4 million. I worked out, imagine there's 60 million people.
Yeah.
I imagine about 8% of them, 1 in 12, could have a dog. So I think we have an average of 2.5 million there.
How about that? Well done, gents. Deborah, how many dogs do we think there are in the UK?
Gone for 20 million.
20 million? Toyah, up or down from 20
Well,
million?
I believe there's more than 69 million, the population of the UK.
Okay.
And I just thought less than half of that, way less than half of that, can actually have time for a dog. So I went for 3 million.
So your average, Deborah and Toyah, is 11.5 million. Let's find out, shall we? How many pet dogs are there in the UK? Who's won the point? 10,200,000. How about that?
That's 1 in
That's
7
quite a
people.
lot.
Yeah. 27% of UK adults own a dog.
A nation of dog lovers.
Should we do a final question in this round?
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
let's go again.
1-1 so far. How many minutes is the world record for the longest time in the abdominal plank position?
Oh.
That's the worst, isn't it? Chris, I bet you're a good planker, are you?
Yeah, I'm good in the plank position.
What's your longest plank?
6 minutes, maybe?
That's pretty good.
I've done 9 minutes.
Have you?
But I was training for something and I was really in peak condition.
9 is good.
It is good.
Okay, everyone's in. Toyah, you've done 9 minutes. What do you think the world record is?
I think this is going to be too low, but
I think it might be, 60 minutes. Deborah, up or down from 60?
Yeah, I've actually gone really conservative over this and gone 38.
Yeah, so your average is 49 minutes. Gentlemen, Inel, what are we saying?
I went big, Rich.
Well,
I went big, yeah.
Uh-oh.
I went for 10,000 minutes. I know some people can do it for
10,000
hours.
That is essentially a week.
Cool.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah, week. Yeah, some people. Come
Yeah.
on.
I love that.
Chris, I'm going to guess you come down a little bit from there.
Yeah, a little bit. I've gone for 77 minutes.
Gentlemen, your average is 5,000.
It's a good number, man. It's a good hey, confidence, Chris. Confidence.
Yeah, I am.
Hey.
Let's find out what the record is and who's won the points. 570.
How many hours is that?
9.5 hours.
Oh, my.
Whoa.
We're all surprised, apart from this man. He's that's pathetic.
Who's thinking, that it? 9.5 hours? You barely got started, have you, at 9.5 hours? That's the end of that round. Tab this away, please, everybody.
The form was terrible on that.
Mate, I'm
as well.
glad you didn't do the workings out with that. We've been here all day.
Chris and Deborah, if you'll swap back seats, please. Lovely to see you, Deborah. See you again soon. Welcome back, Chris.
That chair warm.
Let's take a look at our scoreboard, shall we? 2 rounds down on Monday's House of Games. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? How close is this today? Chris, Toyah, Inel have 3 points each. Debra Stephenson, our leader, with 4. Nothing in it. Nothing in it. Let's play another round, shall we? It is Games House of. Now, in this round, you have to give your answers in alphabetical order. OK? Here's your first question. Which of the armed services is known by the abbreviation RAF? Yes, Chris.
Air Force Royal.
Air Force Royal? Absolutely right, Chris. Royal Air Force becomes Air Force Royal. Next question. Who plays Marty McFly in the Back to the Future films? Yes, that's Deborah.
Fox J. Michael.
Fox J. Michael. Well played. Michael J. Fox becomes Fox J. Michael. Next question. What is the title, please, of this song?
One taught me love, one taught me patience, and one taught me...
Yes, Chris.
Next, thank you.
Next, thank you. Absolutely right. Thank you. Next, Ariana Grande. Next, thank you. Well played, Chris. Next one. Which annual men's rugby tournament is contested by England, France, Ireland, Italy, Scotland, and Wales? That is Chris.
Nation 6.
Nation 6. Absolutely. He's having a good round. 6 Nations becomes Nations 6. Next question. Which landmark is this? Toyah.
North of Angel.
Incorrect. Inel.
Angel, north of.
Incorrect, I'm afraid. Anyone? Debra.
Angel of North the.
It's incorrect as well. I'm so sorry. Chris.
Angel north of the.
The Angel of the North. There was a lot going on there, wasn't there? A bit of VAR.
Yeah.
Final question in this round. David Mitchell and Lee Mack are team captains on which comedy panel show? Yes, I know. Good luck.
I lie would.
Incorrect, I know, I'm afraid. Yes, Debra.
I lie to wood.
Incorrect, I'm afraid. Chris.
I lie. Oh, do you know what? It's hard to remember the words. No. just move on.
Yeah, we'll time you out. Ah, dear. Toyah,
Lie.
would you press the buzzer for me? I wouldn't start with lie if I were you.
I lie to you would.
Oh, close.
Wow.
They're really hard to...
Forgot to say
Yeah.
That's hard.
Shall I tell you what's hard?
Yeah.
What's hard is you all knew the answer and you got it wrong in 4 different ways. That's what... I lie to would you is what we were looking for. I lie to would you. So that's would I lie to you.
Oh, my
wow.
God.
That's the end of that round, though. You'll be delighted to hear. 2 rounds to go on Monday's House of Games before we give away our first prize of the week. And everybody is still in it. Toyah and Inel, you have 3 points each. Debra, you got 5, but out in the lead now. Chris Hughes, 7 points. How about that?
How about that? Yeah. Surprised me, actually.
But everybody within 4 points of the lead. Anyone can still win on Monday. Our next round is... Put your finger on it. If you take your tablets out, please. I'm going to show you a series of pictures and ask you to put your finger on something. By which I mean your stylus, of course. Our first picture is this. And I'd like you to put your finger on, please, the symbol for the planet Neptune. One of those is the symbol for the planet Neptune, but which one? They are the NASA symbols for the planets. What do you reckon at home on this one, the planet Neptune? Everyone is in. Chris, what are you thinking?
I went for the top right symbol.
Top right, any reason?
Yeah, if you were at Earth, you would look that way, where the arrow's pointing towards Neptune. It's miles away, isn't it, from... It's like far out from... Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what?
Neptune's a long one away, isn't it?
Toyah, when you hear it explained, it's so obvious, isn't it?
It is, it is.
What if you say this? That's where Chris is. Top right. Toyah, where have you gone?
I went for the trident for Neptune, the god of water.
That's what I was thinking, maybe. So it holds a big trident, doesn't it?
Well, that sounds like good knowledge to me.
Inel, where are you?
I was in the same ballpark as Toyah, but I was thinking more the Little Mermaid, so...
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was the Little Mermaid, but you've gone for the same one.
Yeah.
And Debra, where are you?
You said NASA, so I thought numbers. So I took the one that looks a bit like a 2 and a 4.
Oh, it does look like a 2 and a 4, doesn't it? Yeah. So, what do you think at home? Who are you agreeing or disagreeing with here? Let's take a look. Are we giving away 2 points? Are we giving away 1 or 1? Are we giving away none? We're giving away 2 points.
Well done.
Toyah and Inel, well played. It was absolutely. Chris, you're on Mars there. And Debra, that's Jupiter.
Oh, they're all planets then.
Oh.
Yeah, they're all planets, and they're all they draw them.
Yeah,
with
Mars is that.
what they look like when you look from Earth.
And the Little Mermaid.
It's essentially based on that. Here is your next picture. And I'd like you to put your finger on, please. Doody. One of those characters is Doody. Which one? Any Grease fans at home? Do you know that one?
I've never seen it.
You've never seen Grease?
No.
It's good, Grease. Everyone's in Toyah. You must have seen Grease, of course.
No, I haven't seen
You've never
it.
seen Grease?
No. I did know Olivia Newton-John. I walked China with her, the Great Wall of China, to raise money for her cancer hospital in Australia.
With Olivia Newton-John?
Yeah.
Wow, did she talk about Doody?
No, I wish she had, but I've taken a guess.
Okay.
The guy with real attitude on the far right looks like a Doody to me.
He has got such attitude, hasn't he? So you're on the far right. Inel, have you seen Grease?
No, but I was gonna go for the pouty guy, but then I was like, the guy that looks the coolest outside of John Travolta is probably the guy on the far right. So I've gone for the far right guy.
Gone for the far
necklace.
right as well.
Yeah.
Deborah, have you seen Grease?
I have,
Finally.
Oh,
but I still don't remember the dude.
Yeah, he's not like a standout character, is he?
I'm thinking the funny one looks like, it's a funny name, dude.
Okay, Doody. So you've gone on the left. And Chris, what are you thinking?
I haven't seen it. I went for the one on the left.
So we got 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Are we giving away 2 points? Are we giving away 2 points? Are we giving away no points? Not the guy in the middle, that's Travolta. We know that. The other 3 were Doody, Putsy, and Kaniki. And let's take a look at which of those other 3 was Doody. It's the guy at the back.
Of course.
How about it?
Oh, no way.
It's like, would I lie to you all over again? All managing to avoid the answer. Final picture in this round. I wonder if you could find me the fetlock, please.
Can I just say, if I get this wrong, this is so embarrassing.
Oh,
Like,
yes. Do you know what?
I've ridden horses and ride racehorses
course.
since like a 10-year-old.
And,
But when it comes to
and to be fair, you are the face of ITV racing.
it's just, rather you'd have said the tail or the hoof.
Imagine if we said the tail. Everyone is in. Inel, do you recognise a fetlock when you see one?
I don't. But I was figuring go for like one of the bends, and I was like, oh, I'll go for the one in the middle. But then there was like little fly next to it, and I thought maybe if I mark that, you might think I'm going for the fly. Yeah. So I went for the one lower down.
It's a fetlock fly.
Yeah.
OK, so you've gone for the little bumpy bit lower down.
Bumpy bit.
Deborah, where's our fetlock?
Yeah, I went for the same place.
Same place.
Not for any particular reason.
The good news is we have an expert on hand. We have the face of ITV racing, Chris Hughes, grew up around horses.
So bad.
So it's lovely to be able to show your horse knowledge now.
Absolutely.
Chris, why don't you tell us what the fetlock is?
Yeah, I have it down as the same place. Like when you pick a horse's hoof out, you kind of put your hand under the fetlock and they'll bend there. Yeah, just there.
Go. Toyah, where are you?
I've gone for exactly the same place
phew.
because of the word lock. So the nearest thing in a horse, when you think about the word lock, it is above the hoof.
OK, I've got you. The answers are all the same for 4 very different reasons. What do you think at home? Is that the fetlock? Yes, it is the fetlock. Well done, everybody. 4 points. Points all round. Well done at home if you said that as well.
Good job, Chris.
That's just about.
Yeah, well, you.
Just about.
Tablets away, please, everybody. 1 round to go on Monday's House of Games. 1 round before we give away our first prize of the week. And it's still very close. 3 points between everybody. Toyah and Inel, you have 5 points each. Deborah with 6. Chris Hughes just out in the lead with 8. How about that? 1 round to go. Who's going to win on Monday's House of Games? Let's find out, shall we? With a little round of Answer Smash. Fingers on buzzers, please. Don't forget, there is a point for a correct answer, but there is a point off in this round for an incorrect answer. OK? Any one of you could be our champion on Monday. Our first category is British actors. Those will be the pictures. There'll be clues above. Presenters of which long-running children's TV programme have included Valerie Singleton, John Noakes and Connie Huck? That is Inel.
Blue Peter Capaldi?
Blue Peter Capaldi. Well played, Inel. Blue Peter Capaldi. Nicely played. Next clue, next picture. The Clifton Suspension Bridge spanning the River Avon is a landmark of which city? Yes, Deborah.
Oh, it's quite strange. I'm sorry. Well, it's amazing what happens. Your mind just sort of goes blank. Oh, I can do a voice, and a name just won't come to my head. Oh.
I'm so sorry.
Always
I'm going to have to
remember my
time you out. It's a really good way of buying yourself time. I'll give you that. No one has. That's such a great tactic. Toyah fancies it.
Well, Bristol Olivia Newman.
That's incorrect, I'm afraid. So, Teddy, Bristol Olivia Coleman we're looking for. Well done if you got that at home. Next category. Mammals. Those will be the pictures. Clues above. The islands Honshu and Hokkaido form part of which Asian country? Yes, Deborah.
Japan Tita.
Japan Tita? That's the correct answer. Well done. Japan and Antita. Japan Tita. Next clue, next picture. What was the first name of the director Hitchcock, whose films include Vertigo and The Birds? Yes, Deborah.
Alfred Panda.
Alfred Panda. Well played. Coming up on the rail now.
That's unbelievable.
Alfred and Red Panda. Next clue, next picture. In the first line of a famous speech from Hamlet, what 6 words precede "that is the question"? Yes, Deborah.
To beaver or not to beaver?
It's incorrect, I'm afraid.
To be or not to beaver?
To be or not to beaver is what we were looking for. You're so
I
close,
had
Deborah.
double
Sorry.
beaver.
You had... you had double beaver. You're quite right. Next category. No more categories. That was... Do you know what? That whole show was carnage. I'll be honest.
Chaos, that was.
And this is just Monday. Goodness me, what a show. Super close. I wonder who our first champion of the week is going to be. That was an awful lot of fun, but now the serious business of giving away some terrible prizes. Our winner on Monday's House of Games is... Chris Hughes by a point. Well done, Chris.
I don't know how I've won that.
2 points.
Well done, man.
You're our first champion of the week. You win a prize.
Wow, thank you so much.
It couldn't be more of a pleasure. Which of these would you like?
I said the chopping board. I know I will wear the sliders.
Chris Hughes wins the House of Games sliders. Well played,
Thank you.
Chris. Nicely done. Let's take a look at our first weekly leaderboard. Chris at the top of it, of course, with 4 points. But I suspect all is going to change all week.
I suspect.
Judging by today.
I think so.
That was an awful lot of fun. Shall we do the same thing, same time again tomorrow?
Please.
Look forward to seeing you here. Look forward to seeing you here as well on the House of Games.
Wonderful.
And so those are sliders.
Yeah, these are sliders.
OK, I learn something new every day.
Flip-flops would be more... They flop and flip less than the flip-flop, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with
Do
you.
they slide more?
Yeah, because your feet just slide in them.